The church itself wanted to go green. It wanted to use British products. It wanted to use British installers. We selected the halos because they look pretty spectacular. They also give a much wider amount of heat. The gas system uses a lot of kilowatt hours of gas. These use probably less than half. The feedback's been brilliant. Happy congregation, even better, a happy minister. I'm a part of the buildings team for St. Peter's Scottish Episcopal Church here in Galashiels in the Scottish borders. The building's a Grade C listed church. It's 175 years old, and it suffers from all the usual problems of churches that are 175 years old. The church was heated before Herschel system was put in by a gas heating system that was 25 plus years old. Very expensive to run, very expensive to maintain, and was getting to the point where we couldn't get spares very easily. So we decided that we had to change, and we decided we wanted to have a low carbon option. So myself and one or two others from the team went and looked at all sorts of churches and buildings around the borders and in Scotland. Air-to-air, air source heat pumps, electric heating systems, both radiators and hot air type systems, and a number of IR systems, infrared systems. We finally selected Herschel because it offered infrared heating in the far type, which is much softer, much more gentle for the congregation. We selected the halos because they look pretty spectacular. They also give a much wider amount of heat. The width of our nave meant that we wanted something that would give us heat right across the full width. So we picked the 9.6 halos. We went for 3 in the nave because you never know how cold it's really going to get in Scotland. Because we have this rather grand stained glass window, we didn't want a halo hanging in front of that stained glass. So we had the 2 horizons on either side, and that's proved to be pretty good. We've got a good coverage with the 3 big halos and the 2 horizons. We looked at a number of infrared halo type systems, and I have to say it was a very easy choice. The candles that are set in them aesthetically are really nice. They look good. The congregation loved them, so it really wasn't that difficult a choice. The church itself wanted to go green. It wanted to use British products. It wanted to use British installers. So yeah, very good. Cost of running is quite interesting because the gas system uses a lot of kilowatt hours of gas. These use probably less than half. But there's more to the story because the heat up time for our gas system was a minimum of 2.5 hours in the winter, sometimes longer when it gets really bitter. The halos, we fire them up half an hour. Now, for heating people, you get heat after about 10, 15 minutes. But the church is pretty cold on a Sunday morning, and the seats are cold and the tables are cold. So we fire it up about half an hour before. Really bitter, 3/4 of an hour. But that's a huge reduction in energy being pumped in. So we actually use well under half the kilowatt hours of energy that we used to use, but electricity is expensive. So in terms of cash, we're paying more cash for the energy we buy. But the maintenance of the gas system was huge. And the maintenance for this system, next to zero. So net, we're spending probably about the same on the heating of the nave and the chancel. If energy costs for electricity come down, we're going to be in the bank. The feedback's been brilliant because it's not a space heater. It doesn't heat the air, it heats you. It's a wee bit cooler by the walls. So we find that the elderly people particularly, we bring nearer to the middle, and they love it because it's like toasty for them. Some places are a wee bit too warm for me, but no, the heat is good. You've got to spend a little bit of time to get to grips with it, but once you've done that, it's really good. What's particularly good is if we get a phone call from someone in the church on a Thursday morning, they're doing something they didn't expect to do, we can fire it up remotely from the app. Or if they've been shown how to use it, they can use the manual buttons. So control is good. Brian and his team installed it really well. Brian came down from Dundee and he did the full survey. And to be honest, from then onward, Brian and his team really led the whole thing. We had an online conference call with Herschel just after we placed the order, to better understand things like control, what height the halos would be. Some of the congregation were concerned that it would block views of many of the stained glass windows here. So really our main contact was with Brian, and the programming went well and the schedule went well. Fine.
The installation took around about a week for that was for the full system, taking delivery of the heaters, installing the cabling, wiring up all the control panel as well as the final connection and suspension of the heaters themselves. So it was a quick process really when you look at the installation compared to different heating types, particularly wet systems and things which do take a bit longer. And the main thing that I really like about the installation is the lack of disruption. The biggest challenges we usually face is with churches, the high ceilings, access, identifying cable runs. Once we've identified this and agreed with the client, then very straightforward. Also, what I really liked about using the products was the support system we have from Herschel. Before we order any products, we had help with design, and with the 3D modelling that Herschel do, we can see exactly where the heat map of each heater will be. So we're in no doubt, there's no guesswork at all. As an installer, the main importance is, first of all, that the product looks great, that it's of good quality, low maintenance, which these are, and that more importantly than anything, that it functions well. And I think with the all Halo products, this satisfies all these things, and every church that we've installed, we've had nothing but positive feedback so far.
Heating old churches and village halls like this with big spaces, poor insulation, is tricky. And I don't think that there's a perfect solution, but I think the infrared is the way to go. Herschel's system is very good. It's worth spending maybe 50% more time than you think you need to spend planning and thinking about where your congregation and your users place themselves in the church. Think about what's going to happen in the depths of winter, and just be very careful and take the advice of the people who know what's going on. Because of that, I think we had a good project. Came in on budget, came in on time, happy congregation, even better, a happy minister.